Okay, guys, this is always fun. Just playing the favorites game. You know what? You guys pick the favorite whatever, fill in the blank, and then we all go ahead and fill in the blanks. I mean, some things are obvious, like if we bring up favorite foods, you guys know for me it's always going to be mayonnaise, and if not mayonnaise, definitely American cheese. But yeah, whatever you guys want to know as a favorite, hit us with it, and we'll all fill in that blank. Just trying to think of some place. Well, there's there's a lot of places actually. This stream may go. Hey Connor, good to see you. Big Green's in, and Global Tosspot, and Lunatic BZ is here. I was just talking about mayo. Lunatic BZ says favorite brand of mayo. Yeah, see that's one I couldn't speak on because of course I don't eat any of them. They're all purely evil and vile and disgusting. Oh, jeez. It is funny when you think about it how whatever the food may be, how something can be so pleasant and taste so good to one person, and we're all basically humans, but yet to someone else it's just like I can't even describe to you how repulsive that is to me. Big Green agrees, says mayo sucks. Duke's mayo, I've heard about that one. People talk about that one all the time because again mayo comes up because people find out how much I despise it. And my wife only buys was it Hellman's mayonnaise, and that's what when I was a kid my mother always bought and everything. I wonder if it's regional. Maybe if it's a bigger deal depending on your regions, because Hellman's mayonnaise was the king for me when I was growing up. But it's all just white diarrhea as far as I'm concerned. Connor says, "Why does it say notify me, but you're already live?" Yeah, as you guys can see, we're not getting notifications sent out today. You just never know from day to day. Yesterday they went out pretty good. By 2 minutes in, we had 30 some people in here, and it's similar. It's similar type conversations, and the fact still remains, as I've said before. When I look at my numbers, there are 60,000 of you that are not only subscribed but subscribed and signed up for notifications. I think it's pretty safe to say that 60,000 notifications didn't go out because, as I've said before, even a curiosity factor. People would just pop in to see what the conversation is or whatever just based on curiosity. But it's life on YouTube. It's always going to be that way because they don't care. I've talked to them too many times about it to be fooled into anything else. Yeah, a lot of people got notified yesterday, Connor, and then as you can see, nothing today. It reminds me, back when I used to stand up, you would go out one night with certain material and just absolutely kill, and you'd be like, "All right, this is a quality set. Now this is stuff I got to keep." And then the next night it would just be death. Everybody like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Well, people said that about me all the time, but you know what I'm saying, and it's similar to that. One day it's like, "Oh yeah, here you can have notifications. People signed up for them. We'll go along with that." And then the next day it's like, "No, I don't care what they signed up for." Good old YouTube. Lemsat and All the Rage is in. All the Rage says, "Well, YouTube likes to also censor random messages, like I think the color green sucks. So yeah, they don't care about actually important things." And that's another one of my pet peeves here that'll never get worked out is that they them asking us to let them know if we want things censored, if we want chat censored at all. I put no to everything, and they censor the shit out of everything anyway. Global Tosspot says, "Yeah, I just got notified now when I'm already here." That's YouTube. That's perfect for YouTube. Willie says, so I'm headed to Vegas in June to celebrate my 21st. And I want to go to some open mic night. Oh, cool. What are you talking, Willie? Open mic for music or comedy? Or both? Well, a lot of open mics are both. Yeah, Big Green. Big Green was going to ask favorite cartoon, but even I can't answer that one. So many good ones. Yeah, I wouldn't. Oh, man. I wouldn't be able to come up with one topper there. I wouldn't even be able to come up with one topper there if we said favorite cartoon and designated a specific decade to it. Yeah, that'd be really rough. Oh, for comedy, Willie? Now you going to watch or are you going to perform? I'm doing good, Aaron. Excuse me. Yeah, that's right, Big Green. That's about it. Talking about YouTube. No, don't censor anything. Oh, censor everything? We'll do that for you, sure. Yeah. Well, to give you an idea, right now, if I looking at my actual dashboard, it says 0 viewers. So, again, everything, there are so many things that are broken here. And you wouldn't even mind things being occasionally broken. It's a very large system they have to maintain. It's just the fact that they aren't interested in fixing it that frustrates you. Poppy says getting over a urinary tract infection that decided to be a resident that refused to vacate, so antibiotics are called to evict. That sucks. Those are painful. So I haven't had one. I've heard. Yes, they enforce the absolute dumbest stuff, Connor. 100%. Absolutely. Well, I'm looking forward to for those of you who saw the video. I don't know what goes out for notifications there. I'm really looking forward to that Anime Con this weekend. It's going to be interesting to see how the videos and streams do. I'm hoping they do fairly well because I'd like to keep doing it, but I can't afford to keep doing the travel and everything if there are videos that people just aren't interested in. But I'm hoping they'll do well. That'd be a lot of fun. Favorite gambling game for me, Lunatic? Blackjack. Blackjack, well, it depends. That's the favorite casino game. I do the best on betting on college football. But I usually only bet on college football for the first, quarter of the season because that's when you get some lines, some spreads that are really messed up, and you have a really good shot at winning. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Big Green. I think it'll be fun. Global Tosspot says I went to an art show yesterday evening. Someone ripped out a huge wet fart and it ruined the whole vibe rest of the night. I can't let that bother you. Well, you know what struck me as funny. You're talking about that. I watched a couple videos with going to this con because I've only been to one other. I was trying to remember. We didn't get to go to that one in Saratoga. So one other con. And there are videos online of people who go all the time. And this one young girl had a video on etiquette, or not even etiquette, but 10 things to remember when going to a con. I'm like, okay, I'm a rookie. Let me take a look at it. So I watched hers, and then I read some other information, and in all of them, they stress that people should shower. I was a little taken aback by the fact that had to be stressed. I'm like, what exactly have I got myself into here? So that's something that not a lot of people at the cons do naturally. That seemed a little concerning. Boy MC says, hey Curtis, it's been a while, but I'm very thankful because you were my childhood. And I grew up watching you as a kid. Thank you for all the lasting good times. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I've had an awful lot of fun doing this. A lot of fun. I love MHA, Mars Otter. Absolutely love it. I got to catch up on the most recent season. We're over at the Goosh at our Patreon. We have one level there, the $1 level, where we catch up on all the shows, that we've watched something of, but more have come out. And I got to get that on there soon. Big Green says, I don't gamble in real life, but whenever a video game has gambling in it, I like blackjack or slot machines. Yeah, I like blackjack. I've done well at blackjack over the years. But not, nothing I've ever done better at than betting on college football. Last season, um, it got to where I was doing really well at the beginning of the year. So I actually, instead of betting online, I took a 2.5 hour trip to a casino. Now there's a closer one, fortunately. But last year it was a 2.5 hour ride to go to a casino to bet on the games, because not because I didn't want to pay taxes on the winnings or anything, and you could hide it there. That was not the reason at all. Just because I wanted a 2.5 hour ride. Wix says, yes, upcoming streams. Thanks, Susan. Wix, we're just talking about it. It's so frustrating. It's just, it's so ridiculous. Big Green says, of course they have to remind people it's an anime con, Curtis. An anime con. Anime. I was really surprised, to be honest with you. I never really would have thought of that. But all those, tip sheets or videos or articles, everything, that was one of the things they made sure to point out was, please make sure you've taken a shower. And again, I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, I had planned on it. Stormstar says Susan doesn't even notify me anymore, so that's why I miss you. Yeah. It's just, like I say, it gets really frustrating. The problem is with all the issues over at Twitch, they're no better. That's why I don't switch. And everything else we do and have is right here as well. So, yeah, Big Green says, con rules, take a bath, Stinky. Oh, wow. Napoleon Bonafart says, I bought my friend who watches a lot of anime some soap for his birthday. He got the message. Geez, I didn't know that was a thing. I really didn't until I started looking into, with going to this one, the do's and don'ts of anime cons. I was like, holy crap. Well, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, Rick says, Curtis, when he finds out he's one of the 0.1% of weebs that takes at least one shower a month. I'm a little frightened now, I got to admit. I'm a little scared going in there. And you guys know me. I'm not one with a lot of filter. It's going to be embarrassing, especially with me bringing my camera with me and everything when I go, dude, the fuck? Ever heard of the combination of soap and water? Is that something foreign to you? I got an email out to the people that still nothing. I'm just looking at my email as I go because it reminded me. I emailed the con themselves. I'm sure I've never heard of one that isn't good with YouTubers creating content there, but I sent them an email just to make sure. I still haven't heard from them. Napoleon says they're on the medieval bath schedule, dysentery included. Jill says YouTube is punishing me for censoring my chats even though they're not explicit at all. From what you guys have been telling me, Jill, it seems like it's just getting worse and worse. This freaking censoring posts, I don't understand it at all. As I told you guys, I can guarantee you that every type of filter that is offered is turned off on this channel. So Timmy says, I was showing this cosplayer some pics I took of him at the con. He said, thanks. I lost every nose hair in my nostrils. Oh, God damn. Like I see, you guys are scaring me here. Well, I will say this. Now, if this goes well, then I would even think about, like, in between anime cons, taking trips to places where people gather and just making videos. Because it goes back to, like, the stand-up. I told you guys before, my favorite way to do stand-up was just crowd work. I prefer that type of humor, that type of interaction where you just go up and start talking to people. And I hadn't really thought about doing that for the channel before. Well, and I'm not going to cosplay on this one, Zuchen. I may at one eventually, But with going there by myself and having to handle all the cameras, all the audio, everything alone, there's going to be enough. It's going to be a tall task anyway, so I don't want to have to deal with extra costume or anything like that. I'm going to pick out. I want to wear my favorite shirts, and I just had to reorder because you guys know my uh, Nina and Alexander doing the fusion dance shirt. I love that one. So I've been, I've known for some time I got to order it again because I wore the other one so much it's just wearing out. So I've got that one ordered, and then I got to decide what one to do for the second day. But that's all. I'm just gonna, like I say, it'll just be the T-shirt, and I've got an anime backpack, a Hunter backpack. I'll have all my gear in. Lick says, I've been to one Comic Con in my life, and yeah, the BO was immense. Jesus Christ. Stormstar says, I have heard of a general rule for cons. It's called either the 3-2-1 or 6-2-1 rule, where you're supposed to take breaks to shower, eat, and rest due to the high number of people. Again, I was just so shocked by the idea of having to make it a point to people to, go ahead and take a shower. Yeah, sure. It's just not something you expect to have to be in guidelines for anything you do. Wow. There's a lot of panelists and everything, Brother E. It must be a fairly decent size. They got a lot of people coming in. I'm not as familiar with the names as a lot of you guys are. I'm going to be there mainly for interaction with people on the floor. That's what I want to do. And I figure I will stream my drive up as well. I mean, while I'm driving, it's tough to watch chat, but we can talk as best we can. And then I will stream for a little while in the con so you guys can see what's going on. And then I'll stop the stream so I can just go and record content for videos when I get back. I'll start putting stuff together. Rick says, it is also a usually stated rule that you're not allowed to touch the female cosplayers without their consent, which is even more telling. Well, I mean, to me, that's, Rick, I would always think that was just a courtesy anyway. The one con we did go to, but you guys know that respect and stuff is a big deal to me anyway. Because we took a lot of pictures, but I would always ask somebody. I don't just come up and photobomb somebody or something, especially a big old creepy fucker like me. But that one we went to, that was the complimentary one to the big Comic Con in the Javits Center in New York City. We went to Comic Con Saturday, Anime Con Sunday. That was a really good time. Everybody was cool. Everybody just enjoyed taking pictures, doing all that stuff. Kobe says, are weeaboos still a thing? Oh, yes. When I heard about an anime convention, I instantly thought about Papa Frank Franco's old video. Yeah, I know. To this day, when I hear the term weeaboo, I do as well. Good old Papa Frank. Yeah, well, that's what I figured too. While I'm looking at merch and stuff, I'll try and do that on stream so you guys can look at it with me. And then the interactions and stuff I will do on video. Chrome says, wait, it took them this long to realize that? Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, anime fans don't shower usually, so you carry around a bullet belt full of deodorant and just spray it everywhere. They can't even spell deodorant. That really surprises me. Now, see, like, for instance, at a local market we have here, the market I go to all the time, I went in one day and I had a Ryuk t-shirt on. And he says, oh, you're a fan? I said, yeah. I said, Ryuk's my favorite character. He pulls out his wallet, and he had a Ryuk wallet. And so every time we go in there, we talk anime. Now, that kid's clean. Very presentable and clean and everything, but I guess I'm going to find out this weekend. Wolverine says, will SpazCon involve extensive gooshing? No homo. If we could ever set up SpazCon, yes, without a doubt it would. Dimmy says, aside from the smell, though, anime cons are fun. The people are chill and generally a good vibe. Well, that's what hit me too, Dimmy, because again, that one I did go to in New York, everybody was exactly what you described, just so chill and everybody having a good time. what would excuse me. Let me ask you guys this too. If well, I could ask when I get back, but if this goes well, if the videos do well and stuff, outside of anime cons, if we wanted to start doing videos where I visit places and interview people involved in whatever event it is, I mean, I can think of one this fall I would go to. We have a huge Renaissance festival not far from us. So I would go to the Renaissance Festival and record. But what would be some other suggestions? What are other things we could do? Brother E says the Anime Expo Con. Yeah, we almost met each other. I think you and Brax left an hour before I got there. There was a lot to do that weekend. Good times it was. That was a really, really fun weekend. We had a really good time. Will I be getting voice actors autographs? I don't plan on it. I might. You know, what I would do is if excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. If there's a voice actor of a character I really like, I might pick up a piece of merchandise of that character and then get an autograph. Travel to other countries and ask them why they exist, Luke says. Can't do that in Australia because they don't. Oh, I could go to Australia, and ask them why they pretend to exist, though. Political events, since elections coming up, would be cool. Political events would be cool to just go and troll people on either side of the aisle. Just screw with them. That would be kind of fun. That's true. A wrestling con? There was just a big... See, I never thought about doing this. There was a big one not far from me, too, Stormstar, not too long ago. You're right. That would have been a lot of fun. Huh. And some of the old WWE guys I have worked with since were at that con. That would have been fun too. Say, hey, you remember Curtis Candy, right? Yeah, sure, bro. Connor says, my friend met the voice actors for Avatar, The Last Airbender. Oh, that's cool. That was cool. And Chrome says, the first anime nerd convention I went to was Glasgow Comic-Con just over 5 years ago. It reeked to high heaven. Anime cons are flea markets, but replace the spices with dirt and give it a stronger smell. Oh, that's funny. Time Link says, I went to one anime convention and saw a dude having hentai dojin out and looking at it, and a few minutes later I saw a little kid and her parents walking around. Yikes. Yeah, wow. Napoleon says, go to adult stores and see how long it is before they kick you out. Oh, why would they... Well, they kick me out. I would add to the ambiance there. Whitley says, I love anime, but I'll never attend a con specifically because of this. See, I wouldn't let that put me off. I think it would be more of a running gag. I'd have to make videos giving you guys, like, I may have to make videos giving you guys smellometer rankings and stuff. But that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to talk to people. And I got a few things I'll bring along to give away, and I have one particularly a figure, not a pop, a nice figure of a character, of a popular character, and I'm going to ask people. I think I told you guys this in the video, if they can guess who my number one waifu is, and I'll tell them. I'm posting these videos to YouTube, so I will be held to the standard because you guys all know it's Sarah's Victoria. So once I post the videos, I wouldn't have been able to lie because it's already established. But if they can guess my waifu, or if that guess happens to be, because it's a female character, the figure that I'm bringing to give away, or if they guess who that figure is, then they win it. Jill says, last Comic-Con I had was last year, actually, here in Canada. Then I met Brendan Fraser. Love that guy. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Sadly, I didn't get the autograph. Also, Bilbo Baggins was there as well. Wow, that's kind of cool. Chrome says, Kabuto Tucker? Kabuto and Shao Tucker. Oh, man, those... That would be cool if somebody was cosplaying as Shao Tucker. There's a lot of questions I would have to ask. Like, you know, I really like my dog, and I was thinking that maybe someday we could be one. Could you help me out type thing? Yeah. Oh, you mean guessing who? No, I can't. I can't tell anybody who it is because I don't want that information on the stream. Well, of course, people at the con aren't going to have seen this stream. You wouldn't imagine. Caboose and Dr. Durst. Caboose is such a great character. That was such a fun show. I'll never understand why we had some of the issues we did with that. Chrome says, "Well, you got a dog and you got a granddaughter. Could freshen up on your sewing skills, right?" Yeah, Big Green says, "Of course, con goers are big Spaz Boys fans." I will say this: of the places I go that are heavily populated, I Spazkid and I have been recognized. Well, if it's for this, not for wrestling, for doing YouTube more in Disney World than any place else by far. Um, so I would imagine the odds of being recognized at a con would be better than most anywhere. Right, that's what I mean. Time Link says unless someone who's at the con watches the channel. And the thing is, we've been doing it for so long, and we have so many views that it more often than not, it's not even a regular viewer. It's just somebody that has seen a video or two of ours somewhere down the line and will recognize us. Every once in a while, though, again, we run into somebody who's a regular. Willie says, "I lost it when I saw FMAB under the fun with dogs section on Crunchy." That's fucked up. That's a big bunch of messed up right there. Timing says 300,000 subs. You never know. Yeah, and like I say, more than the subs, it's the number of views. I don't even know how many views we have right now. Let's see. It's got to be here somewhere. Because that's what increases the likelihood. Because you get so many things recommended, a lot of people will have just seen something of yours. I'm trying to. Where's our total views? They changed the way things are done here all the time. All right, so let's go views. Let's go lifetime. So on the channel we have lifetime 191.2 million views. So that's more of what might generate somebody recognizing us. Brother E says, "I was just at a wrestling horror con earlier this month. I got to meet Edge and the original Jason Voorhees." Oh, that's cool. Cons are always good, especially when going with a group. Then it's really fun. Yeah, if this keeps going, or if this does well and I keep doing it, I plan on going with someone. In a month and a half, Brax will be here. Typically, my wife would be here if we can get staff in to be with Renee. She could come with me. Because, man, it makes it a lot easier if somebody's there to hold the camera for me. Alex says, "One time my mom dragged me into some nerdy hobby shop, and they had a floor for people to play tabletop games. And she wants to go up there, and we don't even make it fully up the stairs before the BO stink." Wow. I guess maybe I should have been aware of this stuff, but I was not. I didn't know this was the case at all. Slara says, "My favorite video game so far is Omori." I don't know that one. "My favorite sport is cricket." Well, yes, I am English. How could you tell? Stormstar, it's maddening, the system here at YouTube, especially when it comes to live streams. Stormstar says, "Interesting how Susan does not notify me of someone I'm subscribed to, but while I am watching, side stream notifies me of another stream. I don't even know." I couldn't even begin to guess. And again, whenever I question them about it, they say that didn't happen. Everybody got notified. I don't know what you're talking about. Again, it's like 5-year-olds, "Oh no, I didn't do that." Brother E says, Curtis, any thoughts on the new streaming site Kick? Have you read anything about it? I know nothing of it other than its existence. I know it's out there. I haven't even looked at it yet. And the only way I know it's out there is I've heard a couple different people on YouTube talking about how they stream on Kick as well. Let's see. I can take a look. Kick streaming. Let's see what that is. Kick is the most rewarding gaming and live streaming platform. Sign up for our beta. Let's see. Yeah, they got some viewers on there. Fortnite Just Chatting has 9,700. Call of Duty has 3,500. Duty. GTA 5 has 1,700. So it looks like they're starting to do a little something with it. Big Green says, first time I've heard of Kick. Yeah, again, I've heard of it just through conversation at other YouTube channels. But that's the first I've looked at it. Jill says, Curtis, if you see someone wearing a kimono, would you consider it as cosplay or just an outfit? Well, it would probably depend on what they were wearing along with it. Could go either way. Lunatic says, if anyone asks you if you want to touch their tail, beware that the tail might be physically connected to their rectum. Saw that once. Yeah. Although, you got to admit, that would make for fun video. There's there's a lot that could come out of that conversation. Yeah, really. Chrome says, some of these people, I kind of want to scream in their face to bathe. Like, it's not hard. It's hot water, body wash, shampoo, and conditioner. As I said, I'm just stunned by it. But everything I read or watched about tips for going to an anime convention really pushed the notion to make sure you take a shower. And as I said, I just never would have even imagined that was something that had to be driven home to people. Colby says, better have a lav mic. I do. If you want to vlog for the anime convention for best audio quality, or one of those reporter style mics for interviewing someone. Now for most of the time, I'll be using my lav mic. You can get away with using, because I'm going to record on my iPhone. I actually like that better. I have a fairly expensive camera, but the new iPhones are so good. But anyway, if I can control the audio, like if I've got the camera to here and it's just a two shot of me and whoever I'm talking to, the lav mic isn't as important. But for the most part, that's what I'll be on, as a lav. Big Green says, this is the last time Curtis ever goes to an anime con after this stream. I just, like I say, I just hope the streams and videos from it do well, because I would like to continue. Chrome says, they thought this might encourage One Piece fans to bathe. No, they keep it as merch on their shelves. Oh, okay. Hold on, I got to look at Chrome's link. They're finally making anime fans take a bath. Flower, fruit. Yeah, and as you said, I'm sure Chrome, that the people are just keeping them as collectibles. Yeah. Yeah, we got the anime devil fruits, and they smell significantly different than I smell. Excuse me. Dimmy says, LOL, I remember I walked into the bathroom at a con and was hit by a pure stench. I turned around, looked down, and saw my physical body laid out. Yeah, now you guys got me really, excuse me, something in my eye. You guys got me really fascinated. Fascinated, the word? Yeah, I guess. Fascinated to experience all the senses within an anime con. I don't know if fascinated would be the word. Hey, Viking. Jill says, Curtis, do you think it is worth it to only go to a con on the last day. Well, if that's the only time you can get there, I'm gonna go Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, Sunday's a much shorter day. It's only like 6 hours. It's 10 to 4, I think, on Sunday. But I have somebody coming in because the problem is there's nobody else home. So while I'm gone, I have somebody that's going to come in and let our giant dinosaur dog out and give her something to eat. So I'll feed her right before I go. And then when I get home, she should be able to bridge that gap. Willie says, so they have revealed some stuff for the Spy Family movie called Code White and announced season 2 starts in October. More Anya. Oh, cool. That's very cool. That Anya t-shirt I got has become one of my favorites too. Anya with that with that smug little expression. Little shit does smug as well as anybody in anime. Rick says the worst smelling place I've ever been was a Glastonbury winter solstice. It's a bunch of hippie pagans, oh boy, who take dirt baths crammed together like sardines in humid old churches filled with incense. Oh, just that description brings an odor to you. Wow, yikes. Stormstar says maybe it is because anime characters only tend to bathe once every 20 episodes. Maybe they're just trying to imitate their heroes. Yeah. Yeah, they're not taking into consideration the off-screen time that passes for those poor characters. That's a garbage text. Kyle says, I was on YouTube watching the dancing bear that we were talking about yesterday, and it still creeps me the hell out. Absolutely. Again, I can't believe that somebody in production at a children's card game, at a children's show, thought that was a good idea. The small dog, Time Link, she's with a family in New York. Unfortunately, we just found out she's not doing real well. She's getting older, and she's got cancer. So unfortunately, I don't think the little Mexicans got too much longer. But she was very, very happy up there. She was always purely a lap dog. She just wanted to sit on somebody's lap all the time. Excuse me. And in this family, that's what she got to do. But yeah, of course, we stay in touch because just she was our dog for years to keep tabs on her. And yeah, she's just not doing well. Jill says, so I never knew you could get banned from any conventions depending on your actions / something else. Hopefully it won't happen to you, Curtis. Yeah. If anybody can, it would be me. Yeah, Maya, Willie. Yeah. Yep. And of course, Fiona, the Texan, because we had the Mexican and the Texan. The Texas dog is with Brax, so she'll be here back with us again when Spaz Kid comes down. Brother E says, back in November, I went to Italy, and luckily they had an anime con happening in one of the nearby cities. It was an interesting con and probably more friendly and clean than U.S. conventions. Really? From what you guys are telling me, though, as far as clean, doesn't sound like that's a tall hill to climb. Yeah, the little Mexican dog licks. Like I say, I'd have to figure out how old she is. 13, I think. But that's why we took her in, as a matter of fact, because she was 5 or 6 before we got her. And it was an elderly woman that had her, and she passed away. And we took her in because otherwise she was going to the pound. There was no place nobody was willing to take her. And that was her life. That's what she would do, is she would just sit there on that lady's lap all day. So it was good that we were able to find a place where she could be reunited with that kind of lifestyle. But, age gets us all eventually. Lunatic says, thanks for helping me procrastinate today, but I really need to get to work. Take care, everyone. Well, thanks for being in while you could, pal. Yeah, I should share that because I'm a quality procrastinator when I want to be. I've heard that. Time Link says tomato sauce gets rid of horrible smells. They used to always recommend tomato sauce if you got sprayed by a skunk. Big Green says, so I was just watching you with your mouth agape, looking at chat, thinking, wow, he's taking a really long time to pick out a comment. My stream was buffering. I could have been buffering too, though, Big Green. That's an easy mistake to make because, yeah, it's just as likely that my brain buffers as it is that the stream does. Viking says, many cons smell not because of lack of hygiene, but rather everyone's in thick costumes and cooking under light. Well, that I could see too. I mean, you can understand that if somebody gets sweaty during the day, but from what I'm understanding from what people are telling me here, I guess some of them it's circumstances other than just what happens to be taking place in the moment. Excuse me. It's going to be the Curtis streams in a few years. Well, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I think we'll hang up this stream for now because we didn't get anything for notifications. I've got some work to do, and what I'm hoping is, I don't know, it'll be close. What time is it? 2:45. I got some work to do around the house. If I can get it done soon enough, I'll stream again a little later and see if maybe we get some notifications. It's always going to be a hit and miss thing. But I also wanted to tell you guys too, if you have any good ideas, talking about this, any good ideas for things to talk to people about, ask people, just things to do for content at the con, please post them in that video I posted earlier. The one just announcing that I was going, because again, I don't have the same amount of experience at these things as do you guys. So if you have any good ideas, please look that video up and post them in there. Hey, Dusty Roses Ghost. Thanks for joining Size Doesn't Matter. And I'm glad that came up too, because now with being back to streaming regular, and I want to, do even more streaming, I will be looking to add more to the Size Doesn't Matter crew. The little icon pics and stuff like that. So, Dusty Roses Ghost. That's a great screen name, actually. Yeah. Yep. I agree, guys. I like that. The Big Dust. I just, years ago, when I went to Texas to work out with Joe Blanchard's group, I just missed Dusty. He had just been through working there. Him and Terry Funk both. And I never got a chance to meet them because I just missed them. They had moved on to somewhere else just before I got there. That sucked. No, we didn't do the thing in the stream title at all. I don't mind that at all, though, Big Green. I like the streams to take on, their own identity. So I never mind when they go a different direction. I try not to have any streams where it's, cut and dried, you got to do this, got to do this, got to do that, like a military drill or something. It's whatever everybody feels like. My con flu, like seriously, that is a big issue as well. Really, Chrome? Jesus Christ. I might be entering a den of death here. It's going to be interesting to see. Well, what would really be funny? I hadn't even thought about that. Watch, I'll get a notification or an email back from this con, and there'll be the one con in the country that says, no, we don't allow any recording for YouTube or anything like that. So I won't even go in. I'll be interviewing people out on the street. Yeah, exactly, Big Green. That's a good point. Yeah, the podcast ones I like to stay on point. We're going to be doing a podcast one soon. I like to stay on point with those. But yeah, other than that, I don't care where we go with it. Con flu because of hygiene. Yikes. Yeah, Chrome says you go in, but you never go out. All right, guys. Well, like I say, I will talk to you guys soon. I don't know if I'll get to come back up and stream again. I'll try, but if not, I plan on it tomorrow. I got to take my wife to the airport tomorrow. But as long as I don't get any other holdups, I think I can get all the videos and everything I need to do done around that and still get a chance to stream. Might be a podcast stream tomorrow. But either way, I'm hoping to see you then. And if I did get things done really quick, I'll see you guys in a little while. But either way, I will talk to you really soon. And thanks for this conversation. And again, if you got any good ideas for the con, please look up that video and message me in there with them. I'll talk to you guys soon.